Good morning, everybody. My name is Veronica Corona, and today we're going to go over nouns. We're going to go over singular nouns, plural nouns, and possessive nouns. Now, as you can see here, we have a table, and on this table, we have some definitions. So the first word we're going to go over is noun. A noun is a word that names a person, a place, a thing, a concept, a quality, or an activity. Singular noun. A singular noun is when one person, place, thing, concept, quality, or activity is being named. Plural noun. A plural noun is when more than one person, place, thing, concept, quality, or activity is being named. Plurals usually end in either S, ES, or IES, with some rules that go along with those. Now we're moving on to singular possessive nouns. A singular possessive noun shows the possessive form of most singular nouns. To show singular possession, you simply put place an apostrophe S at the end of the word. Plural possessive nouns. A plural possessive noun shows the possessive form of a plural noun ending in S. To show this, you add an apostrophe after the S. Okay, so those rules that I was talking about earlier. For plural nouns, there are 5 rules that determine their ending. So number 1, most nouns become plural by adding an S to the end of a singular noun. Simple. Number 2, for nouns ending in S, X, Z, SH, or CH, the noun then ends in ES in order to form a plural. Now on to rule number 3. If a noun ends with the Y preceded by a consonant, you change the Y to an I and add ES. If the final Y is preceded by a vowel, you add an S. So preceded by a consonant means like a regular letter, not a vowel. So if it's CY, if it's KY, something like that without a vowel in front of it. So you add an S when you have a vowel that is before the Y. Okay, rule number 4. For nouns ending with an O preceded by a consonant, the plural is then formed in different ways. It all depends on the word. Some you add S, for others you add ES, for a few either S or ES is acceptable. And for musical terms ending in O preceded by a consonant, they are made plural by adding an S. Okay, so now rule number 5. To form the plural of most nouns ending in F or FE, you change the F or the FE to a V and add ES. For some nouns, either S or ES is acceptable. Okay, so here we have some examples of nouns. We have singular, plural, singular possessive, and plural possessive. So as you can see, most of these have a version for each one of those categories. But as we get to the bottom, you'll see that it's a little different. So if the singular is book, the plural is books. You just add an S. The singular possessive is books with an apostrophe S, and the plural possessive would be books with an apostrophe after the S. Okay, lemon. It's the same thing with books. The singular is lemon, just the word. The plural is you just add an S, so lemons. Singular is lemons with an apostrophe S, and the plural is lemons with an apostrophe after the S. So now here's where things start to get different. So we have the word army, which is the singular. The plural, on the other hand, is different because it ends with a Y and is preceded by a consonant. So before the Y is an M. So then we must change the way that the plural looks. We don't just add an S. So for army, it changes to armies. So you add an IES. So then we move on to the singular possessive. So for the singular possessive, we're going to go back to the original. It's army because it's just one apostrophe S. So then the plural, goes back to the plural version. It's armies with the IES, but you put the apostrophe after the S because it is a plural possessive. So after the plurals, you put an apostrophe after the S. So then we have knife. So just like with armies, it changes a little bit because of the rules. So the singular would be knife. The plural is knives. So there's no more F. It's a KNIVES. Knives. So then back to the singular possessive. Just like the singular, it's going to have an F. So it's KNIFE apostrophe S. Knives. It's the knife's fault. The knife's blade. So then we go to the plural possessive. We have knives. So just like the plural, it gets changed to a V. So we have KNIVES apostrophe because it's plural possessive. So there are a lot of knives, blades that need to be sharpened. Now we have wife. So just like knives, the singular is wife, the plural is wives with a V. Wife's singular possessive is just with an apostrophe S, and the plural possessive is wives with a V. So WIVES apostrophe. So here's where things start to get a little more difficult. So here we have Lopez, which is a last name. So the singular is Lopez. Now when we get into the plural, the rule of adding ES at the end still applies. So if it's not possessive and we're talking about multiple Lopez's, we add an ES. So it's going to be LOPEZES. So for singular possessive, when it's possessive and it's a name, like a last name, we cannot change the integrity of the word. So it is going to continue to be Lopez with an apostrophe S. And now we go down to echo. Echo is another one of those tricky words. So for echo, the singular is echo. For the plural, we have to add an ES. So for that one, it's going to be ECHOES, echoes. Now for the singular possessive, echoes would be ECHOES. O apostrophe S. And for the plural, echo is not something that there are not multiple echoes that can be possessive of something. So hunch. We have hunch, which is the singular, and then the plural we add es. Hunches. Hunches. And that makes it plural. Now that's a word that does not have a possessive form. Okay. So here we have a table with multiple words. And on this table, I want each person, as we go over, decide whether that word is a noun or not. So the first word is cat. Is cat a person, a place, a thing, or any of the other things that I mentioned earlier? If it is, highlight it, circle it, do whatever you need to it so you know that it is a noun. Word number 2, leap. Is leap a person, place, or thing? Is it an action? What is it? Would you consider that a noun? Crown. Crown is something that you wear on your head, probably if you're royal, maybe if you're playing. So is that a person, place, or thing? And is it a noun? Now we have meow. Is that a person, place, or thing? We have plate, like a plate of food. Then we have Mr. Mendez. Is that a person, a place, or a thing? And now we have run. Is that a noun? Next word is home. Next word after that is raining. It is raining from the sky. And the word after that is blankets. Blankets. Like what you use at night when you go to sleep. And now we have the word right. What you should be doing right now when you're circling the right answer. The next word is baseball. The game, not the actual ball. The next word is cry. Do you think that cry is a noun? The next word after that is dog. Is a dog a person, place, or thing? And the next word is notebook. And now we have the word map. And the word that we have next is waddle. Kind of like when you watch a penguin waddle. And the next word after that is sofa. What you sit on in your living room. And now we have the word duck. Like that duck is swimming in the pond. The next word is pencil. What you use to write with. And now we have fast. Like that kid is super fast. The next word is lake. And now we have rain. The next word is snore. Like, my brother snores too much. And after that, we have slobbering. Just like what your dog does after they drink water. And now we have mountain. We have some big mountains in California. And now we have food, what we eat every day. And water. Also what you should be having every day. Okay, for the last two words, we have penguin, like we were talking about earlier when they waddle, and slobber, what's hanging down off of your dog's mouth after they drink that water. Okay, so now that we've gone over all of the words, we're going to move on to the answers. So here we go. So here we have the same table, but some of the words are highlighted and some of them are not. So the nouns that are highlighted in blue are in fact nouns. So anything that is not highlighted is not considered a noun. So cat is a noun. Leap is an action word. That is something you do. Crown is a thing that you wear on your head. So that is a noun. Meow is something that a cat does, but it's not a person, place, or thing. A plate is something that we eat off of. So it is a thing. Mr. Mendez is a person. So he is a noun. Run, just like leap, is an action word. So it is not a noun. Home, that is where you live. It is a place. So it is a noun. And then we have raining. Not so much a person, place, or thing. It's something that happens. So blankets is the next word, and that is a thing. It is something you use to cover yourself when you're sleeping. And then we have write. That is something that you do, not a person, place, or thing. And baseball. Baseball in both ways that it could be seen as. So the actual ball and the game are both considered nouns because they're both things. Cry. Cry, just like run, is an action word, so it's not a noun. So dog, notebook, and map, those are all nouns. They're all things. And just like we were talking about earlier about the waddle and the penguin, waddle is something that you do. It is not a person, place, or thing. So it's more of an action word. So it's not a noun. And then we have sofa. Sofa is something that you sit on. It is a thing. So of course, it's a noun. And then we have duck and pencil. They are both things. Therefore, they are both nouns. Then we have fast. That's more of a description of a word. So that is not a noun. So now we have lake and rain. They're both water. They're both places or things. So they are nouns. And then we have snore and slobbering. So those are something that you do. So those are not nouns. And then the last 5 words, mountain, food, water, penguin, and slobber, are all persons, places, or things. So those are nouns. So now we're going to move on to the next thing. Okay, now we're going to be identifying nouns and possessive nouns in sentences. So you're going to either highlight or circle any word in these sentences you think can be a singular noun, a plural noun, a singular possessive noun, or a plural possessive noun. So let's start with sentence number 1. The dogs ran through the park without leashes. The dogs ran through the park without leashes. So remember, you're going to either highlight or circle any word you think is a singular noun, a plural noun, a singular possessive noun, or a plural possessive noun. Okay, sentence number 2. Amy wanted to go on a trip to the Grand Canyon. Okay, sentence number 3. The man's socks were soaking wet from the rain. Again, the man's socks were soaking wet from the rain. Sentence number 4. Lynn enjoys line dancing. Lynn enjoys line dancing. Sentence number 5. The secretary has an expensive purse. The secretary has an expensive purse. Okay, sentence number 6. The duck's tail was wagging while it swam. The duck's tail was wagging while it swam. Okay, sentence number 7. The children's toys were thrown all over the room. The children's toys were thrown all over the room. Okay, last sentence. The Rodriguezes are coming over for dinner. The Rodriguezes are coming over for dinner. Okay, I'm going to give you about another 20 seconds, and then we're going to move on to the answers. So any of the words you think are nouns, go ahead and highlight or circle them. And then we'll move on to the answers. Okay, here are the answers. So as you can see, we have 4 colors. If they're highlighted in yellow, they're a singular noun. If they're highlighted in pink, they're plural nouns. If they're highlighted in green, they're singular possessive nouns. And if they're highlighted in blue, they're plural possessive nouns. So in the first sentence, the dogs ran through the park without leashes. The dogs, it's more than one dog, so it's a plural noun. And then we go to the word park. It's a place. It's one place, so it's yellow. It's a singular noun. And then we have leashes. The leashes are a thing. And there's more than one, so it is a plural noun. Okay, sentence 2. Amy wanted to go on a trip to the Grand Canyon. So Amy is a person, so that is a singular noun. And then we go to the Grand Canyon. The Grand Canyon is a place, so that is also a singular noun. Sentence number 3. The man's socks were soaking wet from the rain. So the first noun would be man's. It's a possessive noun. It is a singular possessive noun because it was only one man. Okay, so then the next word would be socks, because there is two of them. It's not just one sock, it's two socks. It is a plural noun. And then the last one for that sentence is rain, because it is a thing. So it is a singular noun. So then we go to sentence number 4. This one only has one noun, and that is Lynn. It is a singular noun because it is a person, and only one person. So then we go to sentence number 5. The secretary has an expensive purse. So in this one, the secretary is one person, so it is a singular noun. And then the next one is purse, because the purse is a thing, and it is only one. It is also a singular noun. So now we go to number 6. The duck's tail was wagging while it swam. So there are two in this one, and the first one is ducks, and the second one is tail. So the tail belonged to that one duck, so it becomes ducks with an apostrophe S because it is a singular possessive noun. And tail, it is just one tail, so it is a singular noun. Now we go to sentence number 7. The children's toys were thrown all over their room. So this one has 3 nouns, and they're 3 different kinds of nouns. So the first one would be children's, because those toys belong to those children. It is S apostrophe. It's multiple children, but all those toys belong to all those children. So it is a plural possessive noun. And now we have toys, because it's more than one toy. It is a plural noun. And then we have room. There's only one room, so singular noun. And now we're on the last sentence. The Rodriguezes are coming over for dinner. So on this example, it has the weird rule because it's a last name, because it ends with a Z, we add ES. Because it is not possessive, we add the ES. So because it's multiple Rodriguezes and not just one Rodriguez, it is a plural noun. So I hope that you all did really, really well on this. I hope you guys got them all right. And now that is the end of our lesson. If any of you guys have questions, I'm more than willing to answer them. If there are no questions, then that is it for today. It was great teaching you guys this, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Bye, you guys.